Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Michelle Landers here for December's new month numerology. Michelle is a board certified life purpose coach, a hypnotherapist, and a professional numerologist. And this month is about cosmic closure and creative awakening. Michelle, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Ruth. I love doing this on Enlightened World Network every month, and I always want to mention the work that you do is beautiful and free and just lovely. So, yes, yes, yes. So as I said, I'm excited about this month. Why am I excited? Well, it's the final chapter. Here we are crawling to the finish line of 2025. At least some of us are crawling, some of us are sprinting. And I do have this cautious optimism for this month and the coming year. And we know that one good thing is Mercury went direct on the 29th of November. So here we are, December, and December is a 3 month in a 9 year. So normally, three is a time to lighten up, to be playful, to have fun, and to not take things too seriously or to be distracted by trivial matters. And my eyeglasses are a little bit funky here. So, with the energy of the 9 universal year, it's such a beautiful time to reach out to others. And if possible, in any way you can, to lighten their load. And if this was just the pure positive three energy this month, that would be amazing. But of course, we have other energies at work as well as the planets doing their thing. So let's just look at the ruling numbers first of December, which is 1, 2, and 3, and 12. So number 1 is the leader and the initiator. So what does that mean? We're going to hear lots of news about leaders. Interesting thing about leaders leaving one way or the other, not just this month, by the way, I have to say, but moving forward into the new year. Number 2 is working together, forming alliances or alliances being broken. It's also things happening behind the scenes. A lot of female energy. And what is female energy? It looks beneath the surface, it weighs things out, it's wondering, it's curious. And we have 3 is communication. It's speaking and speaking out. It is the news. It is writing. It's lots of words. So it's people saying too much or the opposite, not saying enough. So with this energy of communication, what can we expect? We can expect more truths being unearthed. That's like this whole year, right? It's like, oh my goodness, here it comes. But not everything yet. And what I'm referring to right now is the Epstein files, which a lot of people have been talking about forever. I don't think we're getting all the information from those files, and we're not getting it yet. And we may never, or at least for a long, long time. That's what I'm seeing. Other things will be leaked. A lot of talk going on, a lot of new information about other things and other people coming out. Could be, I'm getting like this could be some unusual announcement, but because of the three's tendency to scatter energy, we will see that as well. We're trying to understand the big picture, but we're confused with the information that we're getting, and we can't seem to get a handle on the details and what's really going on. Another thing I want to mention is the Gaza conflict. That's still not totally clear, and that's part of the element of confusion this month. Three is also exaggeration, it's criticism, it's lies, a lot of confusion having to do with AI images. That's a big thing. Things that look real but aren't. Um, and I'm going to throw this in because one of those things that caught my eye that I'm sharing, because it resonates with the three energies, it's also something that I heard from a psychic. So I'm just throwing it out there. They talked about trees, and so that resonated with me with the number three. I don't know how prominent that's going to be, or how that's going to manifest, but the word treason is being thrown about. So we'll see about that. It can be data breaches that happen and that somebody is accused of treason like actions. It's cyber attacks. It's more corruption coming up in dribs and drabs. That also is going to extend to January and February. And now, because we have a grand water trine beginning this month that involves a configuration of planets and water signs would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces being activated, we can expect incidents on water, underwater, over water. Last month I mentioned that, and we had some cargo issues on water. And also Venezuela boats being targeted, which is going to continue. So we can expect more issues involving water, floods, possible landslides, also travel issues. And very importantly, we can expect our emotions being triggered, especially if you are one of the water signs or have a rising sign of Cancer or a moon sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Personally, I'm Aquarius with a Scorpio rising. I've really been feeling that water energy. So I would imagine that other people are too. Because when we have an abundance of planets and water signs, it will definitely trigger our emotions. And it can, in a good way, have us looking deep within ourselves and asking these really soul searching questions, understanding who we are. I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, with this energy, is looking into our ancestry, and not just where I was born, but more about the energy of our ancestry and how that's been passed down. Um, Also, understanding more about our environment, our family, our friends, our work, questioning and reevaluating one or all of those areas. It's also having revelations and hopefully even aha moments. And again, I have to say, for me, that's been so true. Um, okay, so moving on, we can expect, again, as I said, strange weather patterns to continue all over the world, wildfires, even possible late hurricanes. That's a possibility. Flooding, landslides, volcanoes, earthquakes. But here is the caveat. All of this is happening, but it's punctuated throughout the month with these periods of amazing heightened intuition, creativity, inspiration, even joy, and maybe even some optimism, as a three asks us not to take things too seriously, which I know, if I say that, it's kind of hard in this environment, but things can change on a dime. And know that nothing lasts forever. We just might hear of something having to do also with alien energies, and that space, or weirdly, again, underwater or water, like crazy, but that's the energy here. So December can be like this powerful time to wrap up any projects, to go deep, share insights, to shine, also to lay the groundwork for 2026. And if I can digress for a moment, incidentally, it's a good time for me to bring up a very powerful workshop that Terry Angel and I are doing on Enlightened World Network on Saturday, January 24th. Truth mapping. What is that? It's an immersive 3-hour workshop that goes beyond insight and into full inner alignment. We'll tap into your subconscious where old patterns and our illusions are stored. We'll use guided visualization, energetic alignment to rewire limiting beliefs, and we'll reconnect with the version of you who lives from truth, not illusion. And we'll craft a new story for you clearly, consciously, and with courage. So right now, if you want to learn more, you can email me at michellelanders@bellsouth.net, or I don't know if Ruth would have a link. I think she does, that you can get more info and sign up. So do that. It's really going to be great. I'm certainly looking forward to it for myself. Okay, so moving on, let's look at the corresponding tarot cards. The number 3 of the tarot is the Empress. She's connected to femininity and beauty. The Empress is also about abundance and lavishness. And this is a good part of the month that I see kind of bubbling up. The Empress reinforces that 3 energy, calling out our creativity, calling us to connect with our feminine energy, calling us to think in new ways, asking the question, how can I see this differently? Can I? Do I need to? Do I want to express myself differently? I don't know. Maybe there are classes you want to take to learn something new. Maybe you want to rediscover something you started or you engaged with a long time ago. And the Empress encourages us to do that. It's about beautiful things inside of us and around us. It's about appreciating beauty, having beautiful things around you, especially flowers and plants. And whatever beauty looks like to you, it's treating yourself and pampering yourself. So a little indulgence is not such a bad thing, especially this month, because we all need a break. We really need a break this month. It can also signify like, don't worry, things are being worked out beyond our comprehension right now. We're in a time of growth, and that may not be apparent at the moment, but I can tell you we are. And this could, again, be a perfect time. Take up a new hobby or an old one. And then we have tarot card number 12, the Hangman. Now, the Hangman reminds us that besides being patient, it tells us we have to release old beliefs and perceptions and behaviors. This is such a important aspect, or it's such an important idea or something that we really have to do. We're going into a brand new 1 year. So it tells us, though, this month to hit the pause button, because we're entering a new 9-year cycle in 2026. That is a big deal. And things will be changing at a rapid pace. So this month, if you can, take a break. Know that new things are emerging. It's a very creative, very intuitive month, interspersed with all of these other things that are coming up. Things at times may seem quiet on the surface, but believe me, beneath the surface, things are happening. On one hand, it is surrender. On the other hand, it is that we are being asked to change our perspective, our beliefs. Now, for the US, all of this does apply, but it's also a 5-month in a 2 year. So we just might get quite a few surprises. 5 is change. And I think we feel that we're ready for a new direction. Again, this back and forth stuff is going on, tariffs again, anger that may be coming out or coming from either Trump or the White House or something like that, the powers that be. And for sure, it can bring unexpected news from unexpected sources. And again, of course, all the predictions also apply to the US and around the world. And we also have the Hierophant, card number 5. And that's the teacher, the mentor, the guide. It's about more formal or structured doctrines. So, what I think this could mean is something coming out about either religious teachings or spiritual, about school. It can be learning more about your own spiritual beliefs. It's diving deep, perhaps studying some metaphysical subjects in depth. It could be getting a mentor or guide, or it can be getting a coach to help you in whatever way you might need. Or perhaps you're stepping into that role of mentor or teacher. So, the Hierophant also has to do with honoring traditions, sacred rituals, creating new ones. And this is a month really where many of us do just that. We honor traditions, we do sacred rituals, and maybe explore your own spiritual or religious heritage. It's also the energy of group membership, getting together with others, spreading love, spreading joy, talking about your spiritual or religious beliefs, being surrounded by like-minded people. And the other tarot card, finally, that we have is the Temperance card, which is all about alchemy. I just love how all of this fits together. It's combining old things in new ways, or bringing diverse elements together and bringing more balance to our lives. So the overall message is to take a break, patiently listen to your inner voice that wants to speak. And you will hear amazing messages if you do that, I promise. Astrologically, it is really a mixed month, but certainly action packed. We have a lot of Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius is adventurous, it's philosophical, it seeks knowledge. We also have a number of squares from the 8th all the way to the 29th. And we know squares can be challenging, but in a good way. And we also have some trines, which is a beautiful thing. So December 4th, we have a full moon in Gemini. It's like a super moon because it's going to appear pretty large. What's Gemini? Gemini is communication again. Okay, we have this communication, speaking words, energy that is bubbling up. So it will illuminate all communication and the words we choose. So if you have to have some challenging conversations with someone, this is the time you want to have it, around either on that day or around that day. But really be aware. We have to watch out for righteous indignation attitude. So at the very least, opinions can be strong. But another aspect of Gemini is it wants to have fun. So 4 is a pretty busy day. And you know that full moons can bring things to light. It's also the time to release. And we can feel, I don't know, like we're at a crossroads, but this energy could also bring, again, revelations. Now, on December 6th, we have Mercury and Scorpio are going to trine with Jupiter and retrograde in Cancer. Mercury, again, rules communication, thought, perception. And Scorpio, well, Scorpio in its expression becomes deep, it becomes probing, it becomes investigative. It's like we're not satisfied with the surface level things. Give us more. We have a desire to get to the root, get to reveal the hidden truths. And again, it could be a desire to transform our thoughts and our beliefs that no longer serve us. December 7th, Mercury and Scorpio are going to make a trine to Saturn in Pisces. Well, it's kind of a continuation of the day before, but it could also bring about an aha moment. It could bring about important conversations. Saturn wants things solid and long term, and it can create some pressure, a little bit of pressure, like, no, this has to be done this way. So the first week in December, in some ways, very mixed bag, but it can be nice, especially when it comes to planning and goals, to writing, speaking, and teaching. Now, December 8th, Mars and Sag come into a square with Saturn and Pisces. Well, okay, so this is like an irritating kind of energy or annoying on this day. Mars and Sag wants to get going. But again, what do we have with Saturn? Saturn is the teacher, the taskmaster, disciplinarian. So, okay, you can get going, but you better build it on a solid ground, no shortcuts. So we might, if we're going too fast, we might feel some pushback or roadblocks. And it also can create a little bit of a tense environment. On the 10th, we have another really big moment. We have Neptune in Pisces at 29 degrees. Now, 29 degrees is an anaretic or a critical degree, and that's when things happen. It's the final degree of not just Pisces, but the final degree of our entire zodiac before it goes into Aries. So Neptune and Pisces are very intuitive, very dreamy, very elusive. So we have an end to an era. Neptune's 14-year transit, and that's how long it's been through Pisces, is ending. In 2026, Neptune goes into Aries. But in the meantime, this can be a very, very impactful time when our spiritual awareness is heightened. We can also see things more clearly. And in fact, it can bring more clarity to things that have been confusing us. And it can bring communication breakthroughs or sudden disruptions. But in 2026, when we have Neptune in Aries for quite a while, Neptune goes deep and Aries wants action. So it's more of an outward expression of that energy. And I think it's like, I really do feel like it's a collective spiritual awakening, which I think is just really delicious to even imagine. We also have Mercury in opposition to Uranus. So if you've been feeling a little disoriented emotionally, if you've had illness come up in your body, if you've had a spiritual revelation, I know I've had all of those. This is a full moment to begin to clear that fog as to why that happened and what significance it has. So that's very, very important date in and around that. And always remember that these dates are not carved in stone, even though that energetic, whatever it is with the planets that's going on, it's not always just that day. It can be a couple of days before, a couple of days after. So December 11th, we have Mercury is going to be back in Sagittarius. And even though this can be kind of scattered energy, again, we can see clearly now, and we want the truth. We demand the truth. We may even in some ways feel a little bit more optimistic, which I love. Okay, now moving forward to December 14th, Mars is going to square Neptune. Okay, well, that's a real clash of energies. It can create conflict, a very, very sensitive time. Mars is action. Neptune is what? Again, it's dreamy, it's illusionary. So there is a struggle here, kind of a clash. It could be deception, it could be disharmony, it could be just a lot of scattered energy, not knowing which way to go or what's going on, a lot of confusion. Now, on the 15th, Mars moves into Capricorn until July 23rd. Now, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, meaning it's in a position of strength. So, hooray, we can feel like we're moving forward. Things can begin in a little way, maybe a big way, to clear up. It's really powerful. It's definitely a get her done energy, and it's focused. It's so good for long-term goals. It's structure. It's wonderful energy for solving problems. And it's like, we're ready. We're ready for change. On December 16th, we have Sun and Sag coming into a square with Saturn and Pisces. And this is a little bit of a pushback, a little bit of delay. It's also kind of, all right, maybe we have to put the brakes on here. I hope not screeching brakes, but just backing up a little bit. On the 21st, we have the winter solstice here, which I love, and the sun, moves into Capricorn. And that's bringing in a lot of fresh energy, new motivation, new life, energy, and vitality. December 24th, Sun goes into Capricorn, Venus squares Saturn. And that's all about what's Capricorn? Capricorn is pretty serious. It's about responsibility. It's being more grounded. It's commitment. Venus is a little reserved in its expression of love. That's what Venus is in Capricorn, because Capricorn is more like, well, I'm very serious. I don't like all of this emotional stuff. But it's very responsible, and it does ask us to honor ourselves. Now, December 30th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, and it's going to square Saturn. Well, it's not the best day, a little agitation. It could cause some clashes, a lot of mental, I think a lot of mental gymnastics. Feels like pressure, like, what am I going to do? Confusion, crossroads, which road or path to take. So when you combine the numerology, the 3 in a 9-year, with the astrological transits of December, it becomes a month of creativity, of important conversations. It's more about finishing what matters, sharing authentically, and preparing for what comes next. You might feel the tension between wanting freedom, Sagittarius/Mars, and needing discipline, which is Saturn. So it's good to find channels that allow expansive expression, but also with, responsibly and, structuring things. There may be emotional or spiritual clarity, Mars Neptune, that helps release illusions and refocus your vision. So use the number 3's vibe of communication to write, to speak, to teach, to record, to publish, but also keep closing those loops, the 9-year energy, so you're ready for the next chapter. The numerological end of cycles, 9, emphasizes letting go of relationships, old projects, limiting patterns, so you can step into 2026 ready and aligns. Because we have brand new 1 year energy, and it starts in 2026. Well, so overall, I think the month will move quickly and a little quieter maybe than last month. We're getting ready again for a new 9 year cycle. And it's so interesting that, as usual, numerological and astrological aspects for 2026 are in alignment. 2026 promises to be a year of new beginnings. It is fiery, it is action packed, it seems really powerful, but we will talk about that in January. So I wish everyone a beautiful month. I hope you can tune into and tap into the positive qualities of the number three, and maybe arrive at some revelations about your own life. And I wish you all so many blessings for this month and the incoming year.
Thank you, Michele. It was fun because as you said that about the 3 year, I looked down and my phone was 333. I thought, well, that's pretty
Oh,
perfect.
that's funny. Oh, wow.
Pretty perfect. Well, you mentioned letting go of things that no longer serve you. So you're ready for 2026. And I just want to share with you one of the last meditations I did with Terry Angel just a couple of days ago. We were in meditation, and the angels showed us as if we were each at our own baggage carousel at the airport. And each one of us had our own, and it was bags, coming off, luggage coming off for us to go through. And there was a huge violet flame right there, and we could just dump the luggage into the violet flame, or we could take the time and think through, an issue or something that they were bringing to us saying, you might want to deal with this so you're ready to
Oh,
move forward. So, yes, the
goodness.
angels are already starting on helping us to clear out what
Goodness
this.
gracious. Yeah, yeah. It's very powerful though this month, although it may not seem it is beneath the surface. Things are being cleared away for the new energy of 2026 and moving forward. And I want to emphasize numerology goes in 9 year cycles. So we're just done with the last 9 years. It's like over, and it's like fresh new energy is coming in, and it's an action again, it's an action packed year. It's going to go fast. I don't know how it can go faster than this year, but it will go fast. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I like what you shared. That's really let go of the baggage, put it down. It's heavy. We
Yeah.
don't need it. Sometimes, people have this feeling of the devil is better than the devil if you don't know. And that keeps people stuck and in fear, unfortunately. So this three energy and this month is really encouraging us to take a leap, to trust, to have faith, to move forward. So I'm excited. And you don't usually hear me say that too many times about the energies, but I am feeling excited. So,
Well, I'm with you. There we go. Michele, what
yeah,
would you like folks to know? You told us about the truth mapping, and we do have
yeah.
a link here in the description for folks to sign up for that if they would like.
Thank you.
What else would you like folks to know about you?
Well, I would like them to know, yeah, as you mentioned, I'm a board certified life coach. You can get a free 15-minute consult with me. I encourage people to take advantage of it. There's no pressure. It's just you want to talk about something, you have some questions about either coaching, metaphysical, spiritual, numerology. And I usually go longer than 15 minutes, but give me a call. Go to michellelanders.com and you can schedule an appointment. And also, this is the best time to get your numerology for 2026 so you can have some guidance on what the energies are for you personally in a new year. That's such a gift. It's a gift, a gift, a gift. Give it to someone else as a gift for the holiday. People who are metaphysically inclined. I've even had people who aren't metaphysically inclined get that as a gift, and they were really surprised because it's a wonderful guide for you. So that's what I would like people to know. And you can order that online, and or you can again call me up if you want to know more about it. I'd be happy to chat with. We'll do a Zoom call. I'll be happy to discuss that with people. So
Perfect. Michele, thank you so much for this. Looking
thank you.
forward to December and also looking forward to learning a little bit more about 2026 as it comes through. So thank you for being willing to do that. So Michele, thank you. And friends, thank you for being here at Enlightened World Network. Stay tuned as we explore December together and then walk through 2026. So take good care. God bless. We'll see you soon. Bye now.